Good morning, students. Good morning. Hi. As part of Tejas 2K25, the biggest project expo of engineering department. So here with I welcome you all of you for a panel discussion on innovation landscape in India. Okay, today I'm inviting to Archana Mantri ma'am as a moderator for the panel discussion and also Honorable Vice Chancellor, Anurag University. Thank you. Now, I'm inviting Director General Ni-MSME. It is called National Institute of Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises. It is Ministry of MSME, Government of India. So, I'm inviting Director General MSME, Ministry of Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises, Government of India, Ms. S.Glory Swarupa ma'am, into the dais as a panelist. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. I'm pleased to invite former Chief Innovation Officer, Government of Telangana, Dr. Shanta Toutam ma'am, as a panelist. Thank you. And I'm pleased to invite Mr. Arjun Kumar Rumalla, Director and Manufacturing Country Head, TechnipFMC, India, as a panelist. Thank you, sir. Yes. Yeah. Now I can directly hand over the mic to the VC ma'am.
Good morning, one and all present here. Thank you for making it to this panel discussion. The topic of this panel discussion is innovation landscape of India. And who else but the three eminent panelists sitting here to talk about this very important topic. Why is this important? We are at the cusp, or not at the cusp, we are already at the leading stages of innovation ecosystem in this country. There is a lot of data that supports that India is leapfrogging so far as innovation ecosystem is concerned, and that is as per the benchmark set by the best in the world. And we have three very important, prominent people sitting here to talk and give you the directions what is happening, currently happening, and where is it going to lead. But before we start on the specific questions and specific, I thought initially that I will introduce them. But then I thought, why not let them introduce themselves? Because the best justice they can do themselves to their introduction. And so I am handing over the mic in rotation to each one of them, and you have elevator pitch to introduce yourselves. And
hello everyone. Can you hear me? Okay. This is Dr. Shanta Toutam. I am from Warangal. Born and grew up in Warangal, went to kids college and graduated. After that, again, everyone knows like BTech, you have the option of going to US, right? Predominantly. So even I chose that path, and I was in US for 15 years. I got my master's. I worked as an analog IC designer, hardcore VLSI engineer, and went back to campus again for my PhD in electrical engineering. So that's when magic happened in my life. I know I always think about two C's. The first one is change. The second one is chase that change. Okay. So I'm an ambassador for that for sure. I'll talk a little bit more about it later. So after my PhD, during my PhD, I worked in an entrepreneurship institute. I found myself calling in innovation and entrepreneurship, and worked on my dissertation and also worked in an entrepreneurship institute. In 2016, I graduated, but right at the time, I heard about our former IT minister, Mr. KTR, and his vision for the innovation ecosystem of Telangana. I took a role at T-Hub and relocated back to India almost like 8.5 years ago, and I've served the innovation ecosystem all these years, learned a lot to be part of that, the ecosystem, in building the whole innovation ecosystem from ground up. Pretty much have been part of the system in last 8.5 years and continuing my journey. It's a great honor to be part of the journey, and I'll share more details later. Thank you.
Thank you, Shanta. You all have heard of T-Hub, right? Raise your hands. All of you have heard of T-Hub. So, how Shanta, and I have seen myself how she has driven and actually led and built it bottoms up, this whole T-Hub innovation ecosystem. Thank you, Shanta, for being here. Over to Arjun.
Thank you, Shanta. I think T-Hub is fantastic. I think you created something that the whole India is replicating. So great in that. So a little bit about me. I'm Arjun Rumalla. Passed out in 2001. Right, same exactly as what Shanta had. Even I was a mechanical engineering, industrial engineering. Went to US. I did my MS in industrial engineering. Then I did my MBA, and then few years later I figured out I should do another master's and did a third master's in project management. So I studied a lot. Don't ask me why, but I studied a lot at that time. Started working with this company, TechnipFMC. I've been with them for 20 years with one company, didn't change. I started as an intern, a 3-month intern in US with this company, and lived in US, went from there to Brazil, lived in Brazil for about 4 years with the same company, went to Singapore, went to Malaysia, went back to US, and then moved back to India about 8 years ago. 2018 is when I moved back. So have been an amazing journey, moving from starting my career with this company as an intern to heading an entire organization, being the head of India, running a manufacturing and engineering company. So we are, this whole event about innovation landscape, right? And this is where, TechnipFMC is, what we do is we do oil and gas equipment. We are an IEPCI. IEPCI stands for Integrated Engineering, Manufacturing, Construction, Installation of Oil and Gas Equipment. So our equipment that we design and install sits at the bottom of the ocean. Now think about it. If you're designing a product that is sitting at the bottom of the ocean, right, it can go, it's not a few meters, it's few kilometers down, right? So you have bots, ROVs going down, installing product, very, very high technology related product. The working pressure is 15,000 psi, 20,000 psi. I'm sure you guys engineering, all of you know what the pressure stands for, right? So 20,000 psi product that gets designed, sitting at the bottom of the ocean, fluid coming out from the ocean, getting all the way up to the rigs, and from there to refineries. And while it's coming up, some projects we even separate it. Gas goes in one direction, fluid goes in another direction, sludge goes in another direction. So it's extremely high technology, innovation required product, very, very unique, extremely difficult operating condition where a person cannot even go down at that depths. So that's the company I work for. Very proud to be part of this company for the last 20 years. And any one of you, as you grow up, there is anywhere you can start in any organization and actually get up to whatever extreme level you want to get into that organization. I mean, started as an intern, 20 years all over the world with the company, and now heading the whole company as a country. So it's very much possible as long as you have the right understanding, the right knowledge to get to where you need to do your hard work, and it's perfect. And I think the road is all yours. And that can be easily done. So that's a little bit about me. Had a fantastic career for the last 20 years with this.
Thank you, Arjun. Thank you. So, sharing your life story, in fact, professional journey from being an intern to the heading a company, I think it's an amazing example of perseverance, grit, and passion that has taken you from here to here. And TechnipFMC, I think I can say, is technology and innovation at its best. So good, thank you. Thank you for being here, Arjun. Thank you for motivating our students. And now to Sajru ma'am.
Namaskar. The CEO, the VC, and the innovators on the dais, and dear students. So I am Dr. Glory Swarupa. I always feel I am very fortunate citizen of this country because I got the opportunity to serve 5 ministries. Started my career with the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. I don't know if you heard or not. Again, it is very pleasant surprise to know that Shanta is also from Warangal. I am also from Warangal. I am alumnus of NIT Warangal. So that's why I say I am very fortunate citizen. That was the first REC. Those days, it was called REC. And immediately after my post-graduation, I got this opportunity to serve Ministry of Commerce and Industry. My posting was in Kerala. So it was very tough for me to learn. I was with the coffee board. So I have to learn the subject, I have to learn the language, the culture, everything. So, and I did it. And for family reasons, I have to resign. 3 times I have resigned in my career because it happens with women. So making a balance between profession and personal life is very, very challenging. I served Ministry of Environment and Forest. Now it is also climate change is added to that. Then I have served Ministry of HRD. Now it is Ministry of Education. I think all of you are aware because you are in university. I also served the Ministry of Fisheries. Now it is called Fisheries. Otherwise it was with the Ministry of Agriculture. I hope you have seen that big fish while traveling from airport to Bedipatnam on the expressway. I was in that also. One term I was with the Skill University. Now I am with the Ministry of MSME. So I have covered everything from lab, then agriculture, then fisheries, then industries, then education. Everything I have covered. And I have the satisfaction that I could do something in all the states of India, including Ladakh and Lakshadweep. Many people think that Lakshadweep is not part of India, but I am very fortunate to go into deep sea, to implement the project that was inaugurated by the then President of India, Sri Pranab Mukherjee ji. And all the states I could step in, cross the borders like Pakistan border, Kashmir border, Bangladesh border, below, this Arabian Sea, that Kanyakumari, everything I crossed. Very rarely, Indians get this opportunity. And implemented also simultaneously I could step in all the Telugu states because I am from, now Telangana, AP, Telangana, every district I could step in to do a program or project. India is a great country. There is so much to work and, to offer. And this country has given to me so much. And I am sitting in front of you because of, the country. And how much I give also, it is not sufficient. And don't think about, flying away from India, okay? And don't think about getting some job, somewhere. You have to be on your own and serve this country and take care of this country. Country is looking at you. We have the responsibility. And I had a lot of challenges as a woman or a girl or whatever, while serving the ministries and offering, giving our services, but could manage. The institute, what I am heading now, is with the Ministry of MSME. We are the only national institution. We train the cadre officers. So you are aware of Indian Administrative Services, right? IAS. Like that, we have engineering service, economic service, so many services. All of them come to the campus for orientation of MSME. We train the bankers, we train scientists on entrepreneurship ecosystem, because it is very, very important. This is the economic engine for our country. Of course, you will contribute with the technical inputs and various other, manufacturing inputs and all. And we also train the international executives. Our reach is 150 countries. So far, the institution has trained 11,000 working professionals representing 150 countries. The institution also does a lot of research for government, studies, surveys, this policy studies, many things they do. And we do a lot of consultancy. We have so much to give to the higher education institutions, so we will collaborate and do. I'm so happy to be here. It is really refreshing among the students, that noise and all your handiwork of your prototypes, projects and all. So thank you. I think we'll discuss in subsequent rounds.
Thank you, Swarupa ma'am. But a very important message Madam has given to us, that country is looking at you. And ma'am, yesterday itself we celebrated our 76th Republic Day. And I took an opportunity when they asked me to speak is to recite the 11 duties of the citizens of the country. And it's such a pleasant surprise that you are talking about the same. The country is looking at you, and we need to give it back. As students, as young people, as elders, everybody, as citizens of the country, we need to have that feeling of serving the country. Thank you, ma'am, for giving that message. So you have seen that we have movers and shakers of innovation, entrepreneurship landscape of the country on this stage. So without much ado, I'll throw the first question. The question is, maybe Arjun, you can take it first. Do you think frugal innovation is finding its right or wrong space in the minds of the students?
I think innovation is innovation. Doesn't matter what it is. As long as we start thinking outside the box, we are driving message. The most important is not just to stop. The first step is to start thinking outside the box, get a concept on paper, get a concept done. What I've seen here, you have 220 different concepts. Fantastic. Now the question is, how do you take it to the next step and not just stop there? I think that's the biggest challenge, that we all have to work together. I think we all have to team up together. But every innovation is important, because 20 years ago when I did my engineering, we had nothing like this. No college was even giving us a visibility of this. What you have today is far, far ahead of where you were. Now the question is, how do you take it to the next step? Get it to a point where it can be applied, and applied very quickly, not applied years later, but apply in a very quick way.
Your thoughts, Shanta, on frugal innovation?
So, when you asked this question, Dr. Archana, I recalled Professor Anil Gupta, who is heading the GYAN Institute. He mentions this. Frugal innovation, in your terms, it's good when it is frugal for consumers, manufacturers, and Mother Earth. He said it very beautifully, and it just stayed in my head, right? India, we know, we have such a big 1.4 plus billion market, I would say. I'm not talking about the population, right? 1.4 billion users. whatever the innovation you come up with, you have target customers within India. So such is our country, and we have so many grassroots level problems. But when you think about India, Bharat, predominantly 1.4, if you take a major portion of this 1.4 billion users are residing in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, the Bharat, right? If you come up with any innovation, a frugal innovation which is catering to the needs of these people, then you are successful. That's a great innovation, not just good, great innovation. Any frugal innovation, as I said, let's recall, it's frugal for, economical for consumers, manufacturers and Mother Earth. So you are the face of India. You could come up with great innovations, frugal innovations to serve the grassroots level challenges that the Bharat has.
I think beautifully put up. So you have, both of you have actually told how frugal is also important, but how we take it forward is also important. Very nicely put up. Swarupa ma'am, I want to know, you have told that your institute works as an academy for training these MSME people and so on and so forth. But especially in the sector of MSME, we have seen a lot of failures happening. How do you manage these failures, or do you have any kind of programs wherein you train the new age MSMEs, CEOs to work on their failures, how to make it more successful, more profit making? Is it something that your institute does, or is it something else?
Yeah, this is a national institution for MSMEs, but our role is policy advocacy, capacity building, research, consultancy, and so forth. To take care of the needs of the MSMEs in the field level, whether it is state or district or beyond the district, we have state offices. So like agriculture department or electricity or education department, we have that. Basically, MSME is a state subject, because to establish a manufacturing unit, whether it is this glass making or their ID card making, you need the space. The space or the land should be provided by the state. So in every state we have industries department. So commissionerate of industry. If a senior IAS is heading it, it is called a commissioner. If a junior IAS is heading it, it is called director. And now in 10 states we have separate MSME department also, because exclusively to take care, like we were talking about the innovations and you are rightly mentioning about the failures and the challenges. That's why exclusive MSME department is opened. Telangana we are yet to have, AP they have opened, Haryana it is there, Rajasthan it is there, few states we have. And they have several challenges. See, entrepreneurship or establishing a micro unit or an industry, it's in simple terms certainty to uncertainty, right? If you are in a job, you are sure that every month you get your salary on last day or fifth day, whatever. But in industry, when you are running your own unit, it is not so. So it is simply from certainty to uncertainty. To take care of this uncertain, challenges or the conditions or the situations, government has laid lot of mechanism. There is a strategy. And I think Mr. Arjun also will agree with me. We have, industries department, and there is a land. It is called, Industrial Infrastructure Corporation, Development Corporation, like that. So they have to set up there. For that, the logistics, all the power, water, many other facilities, infra is supported by the department. And recent days, after COVID, the challenges are multiplied, especially with payments. So our ministry has established Champions Desk. Whoever is into the problem, they want to become the champion. For that, there is a mechanism. They have to put it online in the Champions Desk. That will be addressed in 15 days. It is monitored by Union Minister for MSME, next level PMO, and that comes to the district level by the collector, and there is a steering committee, task force committee. They take care, and the payments, large extent, it is being settled among the suppliers, among the service providers. the ecosystem among the supply chain, it is addressed. That's how we have so many, like we have online dispute resolution, and we have alternate dispute resolution to take care of these challenges. And only thing, awareness is not there. The awareness has to be created, like how, the National Institute for MSME, how do we operate, and state office, how do they operate? Apart from that, under our ministry, we have state MSME DFO, Development and Facilitation Office. Every state it is there, and in bigger states like Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, we have two offices. In UP, we have 7 offices, bigger areas, state. Rajasthan, we have 3 offices based on the geography and the volume of the load they take, MSME's load. That's how. And we have KVIC, Khadi Village Industries Commission, to take care of the rural industries, starting from agarbatti or making a recycled paper. Okay, these activities. We have National Small Industries Corporation to take care of the marketing needs. That is again in every state we have. And in Telangana, the state office is housed in my campus because I brought them, so that anybody coming to the campus, they should get the information and access. That's how there is a very big setup. Only thing we need to understand how that awareness has to be created.
Yeah, thank you, Swarupa ma'am. My intent of asking this question is, although it may be overload for the students, but then you all need to see what is the landscape from how an innovation at a very grassroots level can be taken up there. And your answer actually describes there is a whole ecosystem in place, and the government is very much aware of it. Your institute works in policy advocacy space also. So there are policy makers, there are advocates who are taking care of all these things. So you are in safe hands so far as your innovation, your tinkling mind is concerned. You are all good to go. There is somebody there to take care of it. My only intent to ask that question was this only. Arjun, coming to you, I was looking at your TechnipFMC website, and you work, your company works in energy space, right? And it talks about, your website specifically talks about energy dynamics. It's a very interesting idiom that I picked up from there, energy dynamics. I mean, it's really good. And somehow at this stage, at the student stage, we do not tend to think about energy and its dynamics. So my question to you is, how can energy dynamics transform your client's project's economics? So probably you also work in that space. You consult your clients on project economics, but working on their energy dynamics, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how do you do that? In a way they understand.
So think about technology. It's all about technology, right? We have few projects that are going on. Today when we talk about energy, everyone thinks solar, wind energy. Fantastic. What about wind energy in the middle of the ocean, right? Where you have your windmills sitting in the middle of the ocean, because guess what? There is enough place for it. There is no problem. So these are floating windmills that are giving you energy so far out that you don't even see them, and in the ocean you're always getting continuous wind there, so your amount of energy is coming in. When you're talking about oil and gas, like I talked about, getting your oil fluid from the ground, right, which is a sludge that is coming up, you want to bring the whole sludge all the way from multiple kilometers below the ocean, coming all the way to rigs and do refining, or you want to set up a kind of a separation system at the bottom of the ocean. Now I'm going to use engineering, right? This is coming from hundreds and thousands of feet below, right? You are already 2 to 3 kilometers below the surface level, and another few kilometers below where your oil is coming. So it's coming at a very, very high pressure and a high temperature, comes up, goes into different processing areas at the bottom of the ocean, where your entire separation is coming up and coming. So when you talk about diversity and you talk about how do you do energy dynamics, you're talking not just about taking an existing standard approach, but looking at how you optimize a field in a very different way, how you drive your energy in a very different way. Think about your most land is the if you're starting to have windmills sitting all over the country area, you're going to have challenges inside because people are going to say, hey, I have obstruction to agriculture, obstruction to other things. Now you put it up far out in the ocean where you're not even seeing it, not even visible. It's always there. You talk about wave energy, you talk about different kinds of new innovations that are happening when it comes to energy, and it's all driving towards green hydrogen, driving towards how do you make it sustainable, right? Not just the old traditional way of getting energy means oil and gas from a standard well, but looking at it in a more stable environment, looking at with a more sustainable option.
So do you advise and consult companies only which are located in these areas where wind and ocean like hydraulic energy is available, hydro energy, or down deep into the land also?
We do surface too. We have a huge surface in Saudi, but remember, surface is not there everywhere,
Yeah.
right? It's already done. Now we do a lot of shale gas, which comes in US. US is a huge shale market, which is taking oil and gas from
Is it
porous
only consulting or providing
No,
solutions
providing
also?
equipment, everything. We do IEPCI, so all the way up to installation of the equipment also. Designing it, constructing it, manufacturing it, and engineering it, and installing the whole equipment all the way through.
Great. Thank you, Arjun, for giving that landscape. And it's very important to understand and to know that it's not only playing with the existing solutions and optimizing it, but also looking at what can be more or what is not in our mind. So even as students or as heading a company, all these things are very, very important to look at. Always look for alternates. Always look for newer things.
So one example, I think this is very interesting, something I've learned probably 10 years ago. We call it pre-salt. It is there in Brazil, the coast of Brazil. So we all know what oil is, right? Oil is what happens 260 million years ago, dinosaurs, dead dinosaurs going on, or plants and everything that is kind of stuck becomes oil and gas after millions of years. Now pre-salt is not the dinosaurs oil. It's much before that, right? It's Permian area. So it's 200 years old. Difference was you have a layer in the bottom of the earth crust which is salt, and it is extremely difficult to drill through that salt layer, because whatever drills you do through, it used to get corroded, right? Because you're grinding through a salt layer, right? The engineers who designed drills to go through that, it took years for companies to come up with that, but that's a whole different level of innovation that you can think about. So you're talking about kilometers down deep below the ocean level where you're drilling and pulling out.
Amazing. I mean, it's amazing. Something very, very amazing to know. Thank you, Arjun, for bringing that. Shanta, you advise to government of Telangana, right? And you do advise now?
Not the
Or-
government of Telangana.
Okay.
But the innovation ecosystem I'm still part of.
Oh, okay. So this question is for you. How do you think, and since you have worked with T-Hub and otherwise on the central level also, so we all know that innovation landscape of our country is going at a very fast pace. But where do you see India? and specifically in Telangana, because that's something which is very core to us, all of us sitting here. And this, where do you see India on the world map? And again, as a standalone country also. So the benchmarking may be where we are today and where we want to be, and also vis-a-vis on the world map. Where do you see?
I know it's lunchtime and all of the students, you know, they are kind of like waiting.
Maybe this may be the last question for the panel.
But I wanted to, before I answer this question, to all the students, you know, we were students too. Arjun already mentioned this. 20 years ago, when we were given an opportunity, like when we graduated, we never had such kind of environment. We never had people who went through a lot of changes, who learned a lot, to come and meet us and address us, share their thoughts with us, right? So take this is a request from our end. Take this as an opportunity to learn. If we are saying, if you are talking about a topic, you have the world in front of you, your cell phone. Pick up your phone and look for that, what exactly it is, right? So rather than having that blank face, I'm sure we are throwing a lot of jargon at you guys, you know, but write down somewhere like, you know, okay, Swarupa ma'am mentioned about something, Arjun mentioned about something, like, so that like after you can always go back, learn about and say like, okay, whatever they talk, maybe I can pick something here and there, right? So, but thank you so much, you know, I'm seeing a lot of faces, like all the students, like with that inquisitive mindset, like you're not falling asleep, I'm noticing all of you guys, okay? So, so yeah, so talking about the innovation ecosystem, as I said, India is the country the whole world is looking at, and this is a fact. The Indian innovation ecosystem is a vibrant one. It emerged as a very vibrant one in the last 10 plus years. So India is the third largest startup hub in the world. Third largest. And again, if you look at, I'm talking about India, I'll talk about Telangana very quickly. The third largest innovation, the startup hub, with a lot of initiatives happening, and we are catering to the problems of not just India but global problems. India is innovating in emerging technologies. We are on par with the developed countries on innovating technologies in AI, ML. Even on campus we have seen a lot of innovations using AI and ML, blockchain, all the emerging technologies. The mantra for innovation ecosystem, the Indian ecosystem has three things. Predominantly Telangana, but for it's applicable to India too. The innovation, infrastructure, and inclusive growth. Innovation, as I said, like we are third largest, but when it comes to infrastructure also, the Startup India initiative has done phenomenally well, right? What it said is, let me put together a framework for all the states, 29 states and 6 union territories. So there is a framework provided to each individual states and union territories, and said, why don't you use this as a benchmark to build your innovation ecosystems? So now if you go to the far most, like, you know, states, even Andaman and Nicobar also, you will find an emerging innovation ecosystem. You will have startup ecosystem, which is emerging, which is building up, which is kind of producing startups. We have 100 plus unicorns from India, right? Almost few lakhs of startups from India, which are, most of them are looking at global markets. They're not just looking at India market, just India market. Even the private space tech companies emerge from India, from Telangana, from Hyderabad. Dhruva Aerospace and Skyroot Aerospace. Learn about these startups. We are doing phenomenally well. Having said that, out of these few lakhs of startups, guess what? We have equal participation from women. We have women entrepreneurs. We have women directors, which are, you know, who are serving on the boards of these startups. So the ecosystem as I said, it's very vibrant and progressive. We will kind of do more in the next coming years, because initiatives not only like Startup India, we have initiatives like Atal Innovation Mission, Invest India, which is again looking into the FDIs to look into the innovation ecosystem, connecting the other ecosystems to Indian ecosystem. So we are doing really well. When it comes to Telangana, as I said, I've been part of the innovation ecosystem. It's very humbling to mention that in the last 1 decade, we have done phenomenally well, and we are the role model. Telangana innovation ecosystem is the role model to other states and other union territories. This is not what Shanta Toutam is telling you guys. This is being mentioned by Startup India multiple times. As I said, in the framework, we have been awarded as a top performer. We know what exactly is needed for the innovation ecosystem. So the infrastructure, look at the infrastructure that we have put together in Telangana. There are 10 organizations in Telangana. The government of Telangana has come up with an innovation policy which caters to the people of Telangana to foster the culture of innovation. So infrastructure wise, in 2015 we came up with T-Hub Phase 1, that was India's largest incubation center. Now we have in world's largest innovation campus in Hyderabad. T-Hub is located in world's largest innovation campus. We have T-Works, India's largest prototyping center, sitting there in an 18 acres campus. We have Image Tower coming up. Image Tower, again, it will cater to all the startups which are working in gaming, animation, anything related to VFX and all these. So we are very progressive, we are role models, we have done the best things to kind of build this innovation ecosystem from ground up. A lot of effort went into this, and kudos, and all the, because I've been part of the founding team of T-Hub and the innovation ecosystem. The vision came from our former IT Minister KTR sir, and we've been part of that vision to make it a reality. And the ecosystem is ready and up for you guys to kind of utilize. Like, in the sense, you have an innovation which you are working on campus, but you need support on prototyping or connecting to the market or to the mentors or the angel investors or VCs. Then the ecosystem is ready to grab your hand and say, like, let's take this innovation to the next level, right? Having said that, this is not only for the technical side and the high-end startups. We also went on to create Intinta Innovator. You guys understand, right? What is Intinta Innovator? From every household, there should be an innovator. And that innovator should be recognized by the state. We have done that. We said we will go to tier 2 and tier 3 cities. We will develop the IT infrastructure, the IT companies to go and establish their companies, so that the talent which comes from the tier 2 and tier 3 cities will be retained and will be serving the country, the state and the country. So we have IT towers in 7 districts. Do research about this. Do Google. You have your phones. Search about like all these initiatives and see how best you can utilize. Tomorrow, like maybe one of you is from Karimnagar and wanted to, after you graduate, you wanted to go back to Karimnagar and stay close to parents and work there. We have an IT tower with good IT companies working out of Karimnagar IT towers. You can work from there. You don't need to travel somewhere else, right? So the ecosystem is all built. That is the infrastructure that we have built for you guys. The innovation, all the initiatives are existing to help you guys, to do that hand holding, so that when you graduate from here, we don't want you to kind of look for a job, but become a job provider. Come up with your own enterprise. Go to Ni-MSME and say, like, I have my MSME. How can I take this MSME concept to the next level? They have all the resources available for you to grab and say, like, let's fly from there, right? Failing is also okay, which is like, is treated and kind of anyone who fails by creating a startup or working on innovation is regarded and given an opportunity by the industry. So the world is for you, and like, you are the future of the India, and India is not leaving any stone unturned to make the innovation ecosystem the best in the world, and the world is looking at our innovations. Do some research about this and learn more and get inspired. Like, the innovation ecosystem that we have in Telangana is, as I said, is a role model and has all the ingredients available for you guys to grab and just go to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you, Shanta. Thank you for giving insight into where we are. I think it's very, very motivating for all of us sitting here that we are at the right place at the right time, and we have whole world of opportunities. The only thing is, opportunities will always be there. They are there, but to grab them, to see them, to knock at the door, and the door will open. But the knocking has to be done by you. Okay. So thank you very much, panelist, Swarupa ma'am, Arjun, Shanta, for being here, for giving insights into your own journeys, your own profiles, and also letting us know about the innovation landscape of the country. Thank you so much. Do we have time for questions? Do we have? We have. Okay. Ma'am has said yes, we have. All right. So do we have questions from students? Any one of you? Be inquisitive. All right, anyone? Or I will have more questions from you then. Will it be okay? Should I ask questions? Would you like to ask? All right, I don't think they have
So
any.
glad you understood everything. Very
Everything.
nice.
Yes, madam. Yes. Yeah.
అందరూ తెలుగు వాళ్ళేనా? వేరే స్టేట్ నుంచి ఎవరైనా ఉన్నారా? అందరు తెలుగు వాళ్ళే కదా. సో క్వశ్చన్స్ ఏమీ లేవంటే అన్నీ అర్థమైందని, లేకపోతే ఏమీ అర్థం కాలేదని. ఆల్ రైట్, ఐ జస్ట్ కంక్లూడ్. భువనగిరి నుంచి ఎంతమంది ఉన్నారు? ఎవరు లేరా? ఆల్ ఆర్ ఫ్రమ్ హైదరాబాద్. ఓకే. సో ఎంతమంది చింతకింది మల్లేశం చూశారు? చూసిన వాళ్ళు చేయొద్దండి. సిఇఓ గారు చూశారు, మీ రిజిస్ట్రార్ చూశారు, వెనకాల ఫ్యాకల్టీ చూశారు. స్టూడెంట్స్ ఎవరు చూడలేదా? చూడండి. ఆల్ రైట్, ఆ సినిమా చూడండి. సో అది అదర్వైజ్ యూ కెన్ స్క్రీన్ ఇన్ ద ఆడిటోరియం, దట్ ఈస్ బెటర్. ఇప్పుడు మేడం చాలా ఇన్నోవేషన్స్ గురించి చెప్పారు కదా. మల్లేశము వాళ్ళ అమ్మగారికి ప్రాబ్లం అవుతుందని చెప్పి ఆ మిషన్, ఆసు మిషన్ని ఆయన డిజైన్ చేశారు. ఓకే, ఆ ఆసు మిషన్ ఇప్పుడు మా క్లస్టర్లో కూడా ఉంది. పోచంపల్లిలో మోత్కూర్ అనే ప్లేస్ ఉంది. పోచంపల్లి మొత్తం ఇక్కత్ చేస్తారు. ఆ పక్కన కూడా చాలా క్లస్టర్స్ డెవలప్ చేశాము. ఒక్క పోచంపల్లి చీర నెయ్యాలి అంటే 6,000 సార్లు ఇద్దరు మనుషులు, ఒక మనిషి అక్కడ ఒక మనిషి ఇక్కడి నుంచి అంటే 6,000 సార్లు తిరగాలి. 6,000 టైమ్స్ వాళ్ళు దీన్ని వార్ఫ్ అండ్ వెఫ్ట్ చేసి పెట్టి వీవ్ చేయాలి అంటే ఆ అబ్బాయి ఆ మెషిన్తో 1 గంటలో చుట్టేస్తుంది. అది 1 గంటలో. దట్ ఈజ్ వాట్ ఇన్నోవేషన్. వెళ్ళి చూడండి, లేకపోతే ఇక్కడ సినిమా చూపించండి. మన ఇండియాకి కావాల్సింది అది. ఏమి రియల్ టైం ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉన్నాయో దానికి సొల్యూషన్ కావాలి. ఆలోచించండి, అలాంటి ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఎన్నో ఉన్నాయి. తర్వాత ఐ వాంట్ టు త్రో ఎ ఛాలెంజ్ బికాస్ దే ఆర్ నాట్ ఆస్కింగ్ ద క్వశ్చన్స్. ఆర్ యూ రెడీ స్టూడెంట్స్? Yeah, it is to the management also. Like Dr. Shanta has told about unicorns, right? What is the value of unicorn?
యూనికార్న్ అంటే ఏంటి?
Then value ఎంత? All right, 1 9 సున్నాలు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. ఇంకా మిలియన్ బిలియన్ అంటే కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవుతారు. 1 9 సున్నాలు అని గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. తెలుసు కదా, సున్నాలు తెలుసు కదా. యా, ఆల్ రైట్. ఇండియన్ రూపీస్లో 1 9 సున్నాలు, అందుకనే ఈజీగా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. ఒక యూనికాన్ అవ్వాలి అంటే కనీసం 10 సంవత్సరాలు పడుతుంది. ఆ వాల్యూ బిజినెస్ చేయాలి అంటే అది వరకు 20 సంవత్సరాలు పట్టేది. ఇప్పుడు మీరు మా దగ్గర చాలా స్కీమ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. విత్ ఆల్ డ్యూ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు వీసీ, ఐ థింక్ షీఈ్ నాట్ ఫాలోయింగ్. తెలుగులో మీకు అర్థం అవ్వాలని చెప్తున్నా నేను. 9 సున్నాలు మీరు వాల్యూ చేయాలి అంటే అన్ని రోజులు పడుతుంది. అందుకని ఒక 10 లక్షల బిజినెస్ మీరు చేయగలిగితే I think management should bring out the baby corns. India should produce the baby corns. That is a new concept we are promoting and take it as a challenge. By next year, your final year students, not only from engineering, from management, agriculture, medical sciences, irrespective of the stream, including the arts. Okay, so they can they can become the baby corns. Baby corn tells kada andarki what you eat in your chilies or some mall. Okay, you should emerge as baby corn and show to the world, yes, we can also do, we can also give. competition. 10 lakh. We have good schemes. So understand that scheme and they are capable of doing this. So next year when 3.0 is there, Tejas, along with the innovators, we want to see the baby cons. Are you ready?
Good challenge.
So wish you all the best, wish you all the success and God bless you.
Thank you, ma'am, for bringing in the concept of baby corn. Like it. Thank you, ma'am.
Now I request Anuhya ma'am to give vote of thanks for the panel discussion. Thank you.
As we come to the conclusion of this engaging panel discussion, our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed panelists for their thoughtful perspectives and in-depth knowledge and inspiring contribution. I would also like to express my gratitude to our moderator, Dr. Archana Mantri ma'am, for skillfully guiding the discussion and ensuring that we explore diverse topics regarding the innovation. And to our students, thank you for active participation. And it is our privilege to take a moment to honor and felicitate our esteemed panelists. I would request Mrs. Nilima ma'am, Dr. Srinivas Rao sir, Dr. V. Vijay Kumar sir, Dean SOE, V.S. Rao sir, and Dr. Madan Mohan sir, Dr. Archana Mantri ma'am to join for felicitating our guests. Firstly, I would request Dr. S.Glory Swarupa ma'am, DG Ni-MSME for the felicitation.
Hello. బ్రదర్ ట్రైన్లో ఉన్నాం.
Dr. Shanta Toutam ma'am, former Chief Innovation Officer, Govt of Telangana.
ట్రైన్లో ఉన్నాం.
Mr. Arjun Kumar Rumalla, Director and Manufacturing, Country Head, TechnipFMC. students can have lunch and get back to their classes, and hostelers, your lunch is arranged, you need not worry. Venue, I will just get to know and inform you, okay?